Chairman of BNP Paribas, thank you so much for joining CNBC here at the Conférence de Paris. So there's a lot of talk about uncertainty. So give us your view on the macro picture. Where are we heading looking at 2023?
D'abord, bonjour. Bonjour. Where do we go? We have mainly two, well, if I look at the two sides of the Atlantic, we have mainly two big questions. One is inflation. We know where it comes from. The massive support given to the people and to the business at COVID times. Well, it's quite normal. People have been supported, there is money, savings. It has created inflation and supply chains question. That's the COVID situation. We have to fix it. It is dangerous. The Fed and the ECB do the proper job. They increase rates. They have taken very firm commitments, and they will do it. And they will, hopefully, inflation will disappear. It has an impact. Fighting against inflation may create a slowdown. Well, I wouldn't say it's normal, but we have to accept this is the price we have to pay to get rid of inflation. The US economy will rebound after this. So we may have a very mild growth around zero, but then a rebound. That's for the US. Europe has the same question, and Mrs. Lagarde does, of course, a very good job fighting, and you have seen the decisions made yesterday. But we have a second question, which is the energy crisis coming from the war in Ukraine, and it is creating a very difficult situation for Europe. High prices of energy, questions about supply. We know that for the coming winter, or the current winter, it's okay. For next year, we'll have the challenge, and we have to find solutions for the medium term. So now, last point on Europe, I see massive cushions built by governments. When I try to put together all the amounts I see from Germany, France, Belgium, Sweden, and probably more than 800 billion euro over 2 years. This is a cushion which will help the business and the people to avoid a recession. So I think it's difficult, there are challenges, but we know which they are, and hopefully we can address them step by step. Of course, there is the unknown, and the unknown is part of geopolitics and political decisions made by some. I hope that they see the difficulties of the world today. They should speak together. Many people speak about Russia, many, of course, about Asia. But on Asia, I see that leaders begin to speak together, and hopefully they will be able to address their tensions, differences, to avoid a crisis.
So you mentioned an economic slowdown, but are we going to be able in Europe and in France to avoid a recession?
I hope so. This is what I've said. You know, we have, once more, 3 points. We fight inflation. We have to address high prices of energy, and governments are putting in place cushions. We may have a debate about the substance of the cushions, but the money is on the table, and that will help.